lot of you might not like what I'm about to say, but miga na la cuista. You kiss your mother with that mouth? Because if you couldn't already tell, I just got back from watching the live-action Lilo and Stitch movie, and I'm really torn apart with how I feel about this movie. To be honest with you, the movie is very flawed. I'm going to be giving you my honest, spoiler-filled thoughts of the movie, so if you don't want to be spoiled, make sure you drop a like and follow, but come back later because I do really want to hear your thoughts. Me and you know what we got to do. We got to talk about it. Let me just get this out of the way because I'm pretty sure everybody knows this, but it's not even close to being as good as the original animated film. And also, let me preface this with the fact that I have a very complicated relationship with live-action remakes because it's a tricky thing to try to justify their existence. I feel like really the only two reasons you make a live-action remake is to see, hey, what would this look like in live action? Also, we already know this movie's beloved. It's going to make a bunch of money regardless, so let's throw it out there and try to make a quick buck. But every now and then you get a live-action remake that's pretty damn good, and Lilo and Stitch doesn't fall into that category for me personally. But I don't want to be the glass half empty kind of guy. I'm always going to be a glass half full kind of guy. So I'm going to go off with all of my positives first because there are some really good things here. And I got to start off by praising Maya Kealoha. She is just so damn adorable. And for this to be her first ever role, she kills it. Obviously, Chris Sanders, almost 30 years later, still has it as Stitch. He just has the perfect voice for Stitch. He is the Kevin Conroy of Stitch. CGI for Stitch is immaculate. It's impeccable. It's incredible. I really felt like he was real. I got to give a quick shout out to Sydney Agudong, who plays Nani. I thought she was pretty solid. She delivered a lot more emotional punches with her relationship with Lilo. Nani being a baddie transcends mediums. It doesn't matter if it's live action or animated. But now on to the negatives, and I'm going to try to be as nice as possible. But I think the biggest issue with this movie can be summed up with the fact that Gantu is not in this movie. The reason the director gave is even more interesting. He just said it just wouldn't work in live action, which is kind of how I feel about Lilo and Stitch the movie. It just works better as an animated film. We have the return of Amy Hill, who voiced Mrs. Hasagawa in the original animated movie. So that was cool to see, but here she plays an original character named Tutu. This is what I mean by like, oh, cool addition. We get Amy Hill back, but at the same time, I don't like this character. I felt like her character really took away from Nani's importance to this movie a little bit, which leads me on to Cobra Bubbles, who was character assassinated as he was split in half too. But again, for a kind of cool reason. So in the original movie, Cobra Bubbles was a social worker for most of the movie, and you feel his presence looming throughout the entire film. And then only later on in the movie, we find out he's a CIA agent. And also, why didn't y'all keep his cool ass shades? I mean, they did keep the earrings, so I guess that's a win. But here in the live action movie, we know he's a CIA agent from the jump, and instead the social worker is played by Tia Carrera, who was the original voice actress for Nani. So again, cool inclusion, but then you subtracted a big character. Don't even get me started on what they did with David in this movie, man. I'm not a fan at all of what they did with Jumba. And like I said, this stems all the way back to the exclusion of Gantu. Here, they just make Jumba the main villain. I feel like that takes a big character moment for Jumba out, as he thought he was only making monsters who destroyed things that were not capable of feeling. He himself grows as a person as he learns, oh shit, 626, he loves people, he has emotion, he cares. But nope, here he's kind of just Jumba as Gantu. Let's take a look at the Hawaiian roller coaster ride scene. This basically tells you why this should not have been made in live action. It just works better in an animated medium. If you ended up loving the Lilo and Stitch live action movie, I'm happy for you. I just don't understand why we're trying to remake movies that are great, almost perfect. Remake older Disney